Hey, everybody, welcome back to Circus Animal. In this captivating video cast, we'll explore the intricate dance between patients and the medical system, a performance that often feels like jumping through hoops, hence Circus Animal. So I'm a Circus Animal numero uno, Andrea Susan.
And I'm Circus Animal numero dos, Carly.
Hey, Carly.
Hey, Andrea.
I'm going to let Carly go first because Carly has a very recent story that is fairly horrifying, and I'm going to let her tell it, and I'm going to mute myself while you do that.
So recently has not been great for me. I've been in and out of the hospital 3 times in the past week and a half. It had to do with not sleeping and really bad back pain and really, really bad restless leg syndrome, just not stopping. Um,
You
I'm
mean,
on
you mean
medications.
like now? You
Sorry, one more time.
mean like right now?
Yeah, even right now. I'm still moving my legs. It's not stopping. I do have my in-lab sleep study this week, which I am so excited for. Um, and I'm getting blood done this week also, so that hopefully I can then get what's it called, an iron infusion, because that's what my doctors and Andrea all think is probably what's going to happen.
Dr. Falk. That's right, Dr. Falk.
Yes. Um, but so basically, I've been in and out. The issue is when you have something that is not, that you're not dying from, an emergency room kind of just deals with the most extreme and then they put you out. So as soon as I said I was doing a tiny bit better, they were like, okay, done, even though I was still not good. A few of the nurses said I could have been admitted, probably should have been admitted. Um, but it's all really all up to the doctors there, and so unfortunately I wasn't. I'm still moving, have not stopped. I didn't sleep for 5 days, so that's why I was like in and out of the hospital. It was so bad to the point where you would like I would say I had to go to the bathroom, but I would be meaning to say that I want to take a shower. Like I could not get my words right. I was having auditory hallucinations. They gave me muscle relaxers. They gave me pain meds, but nothing was helping. So hopefully this sleep study does because I'm just at really the end of my rope here. I mean, this has been going on for years at this point. It got really bad after my 2 comas last year, 2024, but still wasn't good beforehand. I never really had great sleep. And I'm just hoping to get some relief because I don't want to just be in and out of the hospital, them knowing my name. And just, and they had to stick me so many times because I am a really hard stick. So I have bandages all over my arms here. Um, and it's just not fun. So I can really empathize with anyone who is looking for answers, looking for something, because that's kind of all that we do. We're like just the indomitable searcher, just always kind of looking and
Forever
nonstop.
hunting. We're on the hunt, the mad
Yes,
hunt.
we're just the hunter. We gotta find it. And I'm on, Reddit groups and message groups and Facebook groups and message boards, and everyone is trying to figure out answers and everything. And it's sad because a lot of us are all after the same thing, just answers. And then a lot of these things are just not researched that much. So they don't have all the answers. Or to get into a doctor appointment, I have one movement disorder neurologist I'm trying to get into that the soonest appointment is August. So it's just like we're trying to get to these things, trying to get to them, hoping and hoping, and that's kind of all that we can do.
Well, I was told that if I want to see this one doctor for, can't even remember what it was for. My brain doesn't even work anymore. Thanks, Fibro. Um, that it would be August of 2026.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, I understand. I've waited 6 months for doctor, 3 months for doctors. I almost bled out one time for, oh, that's a good story. Bled out for one time. I could tell that story today. I bled out for a doctor. I
They
did.
say that it's very interesting. People like to say that there's no like waiting times here, but like I've never had a doctor where I didn't have to wait
Me
at
either.
least weeks,
Oh, wait, I
not
will.
months.
You don't mind, I'm going to tell this story really quickly. This is a crazy story. So my bile, whatever, my TSH, I think was elevated. So I had to see the specialist, and she was going to do the special kind of upper endoscopy where they can get into your liver and not damage anything. I forget what it's called, and it's highly specialized. Whatever, I don't care. So
Fancy.
whatever. The day before that thing was supposed to happen, I had a cyclic vomit episode where I was like out for 3 days, and I had to reschedule. This has happened a few times with me with the cyclic vomit. I think because I get so nervous. It's not always food triggers for me. It has been food triggers.
Yeah,
But
that
the
can
chocolate and
happen.
the cheese thing. Yeah, chocolate and cheese, bad. Like, well, I don't even bother anymore. I don't even care anymore about the chocolate and the cheese. I just know what the outcome will be. So I just don't. Um, but this one woman, okay, so it was the week of Halloween of 2018, October 2018. So on the 29th, the third, the 29th, I saw this woman and they did the upper endoscopy, and it wasn't the one that she did, it wasn't the one she said she was going to do, it was a regular one. And it turned out I had five stomach ulcers I didn't even know I had. So she biopsied everything within an inch of its life, lets me go. I get the sheet, if your stool is black, blah, blah, tar, yada, yada, got to go to the emergency room, right? So I wake up on Tuesday and I look at the toilet and I'm like, okay, well, oh no, this was 2 days later. Tuesday, it wasn't Tuesday that it happened. The biopsies happened on a Monday. By Halloween, that Wednesday, I knew. I saw it in the bathroom and I was like, uh-oh. So I called her and I said, I have an appointment for an endocrinologist today, and I've waited 3 months for this appointment. And I'm not, I said, you know what? Endocrinology, and this is actually what I said to her, endocrinology beats out everything today. She's like, but you have to go to the emergency room. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to my endocrinology appointment. Click. I didn't like this woman anyway. She had the bedside manner of like a crab. So
Oh my gosh.
terrible, terrible bedside manner. So I went to my endocrinologist, my now and always endocrinologist, who thinks my flower pictures need to be published. Anybody know a publisher who wants flower pictures? Let me know. Um, and I told her the story, and she said to me, "You have to." She said, "Go in that waiting room and sit down." She goes, "I would have seen you." I said, "No, you wouldn't have. You'd made me wait another 3 months. That's where I came." She goes, "Go in the waiting room and sit down." She called the doctor that did the biopsy, who over biopsied me,
Oh
and
wow.
they were like, she has to get to an ER. So I went to NYU with my giant like knee brace, right? Here I am, and I didn't feel anything except I was getting weaker. I felt like I was getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So instead of taking an ambulance, which would have taken 45 minutes, I jump in a cab, go to NYU, right in the main door. I say, I need ER, I'm bleeding out. They're like, the ER's down there. You have to walk out over there. Can I get a wheelchair? Oh, that'll be 45 minutes. Everything was 45 minutes that day. I'm not even making that up. So I limp out to the ER. I walk in, they say, what's wrong? I say, I'm bleeding out. I've been over biopsied by this doctor. They say, sit down. 2 seconds later, on Halloween, I'm in the sleeve with like IVs in each arm. I'm being admitted. My mother's coming, rushing to Manhattan. My sister's rushing and I can't eat, by the way. And she goes to like, what's the deli on 33rd and Third, 33rd and Third?
Cat?
No, not Katz's. That's downtown. Second Avenue Deli. She comes with matzo ball soup and like a tongue sandwich. I'm like, you're killing me. So she's like, they think they care if I eat. I'm like, nobody gives a shit, Michelle. So that was that. And I was admitted for 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
And I got a great room. The woman who was giving dole, I don't know, she came over to me, whoever this woman, the RN was for the floor. She said, girl, I got you a room. It's a corner room. And it was a corner room. It was a beautiful room. And I was like the only one alive on that floor because I was in ICU step down for 3 days.
Oh
But
my gosh.
I was lively. I was like, hey, who wants to watch Bravo? Anyone want to watch Housewives? My
I've
room.
been in ICU step down, but I don't remember it because I was so out of it.
I also snuck this in. Sorry, NYU. I snuck this in. And my brother's like, you're the devil. I'm like, I don't care because I don't care. At that time, nothing was legal. So they didn't have like, I'm sure they wouldn't allow it anyway now. And
Yeah,
I
definitely not.
wouldn't even risk it anymore. But I was just like, I don't care. So
Sometimes you need something.
Sometimes you need to be a sneaky bitch. You just do.
It happens.
Just. So that was my story for today of being over biopsied. That doctor never apologized. She sent her team in, not even her, to come in the next day so I couldn't eat at all. They had to do go back in and then like clip everything that they over biopsied.
Oh my gosh.
So happy Halloween. Yeah, not a great Halloween that year. That whole year was
Real.
like vomit, over biopsy, horrible year.
What a horrible Halloween for you that year.
It did do crazy things for my weight, but not anymore. I gained it all back from COVID. But it did make me thin, I will say that. And it wasn't the right way at all. It felt terrible,
Yeah.
I will say. I'd rather have the weight and feel normal, more normal that way, for sure. So that's my story for today.
Well, sounds like both our stories suck.
When do the stories not suck, is the question. They usually
But
suck.
it's just to let everyone know that you're not alone.
That's true. And that, you have to keep fighting for yourself. And if you really need support, you can write to me. I will help you. I am really good at advocating because no one helps you but you.
Yeah, and I can be there for you just as the emotional support.
You could even help me. I mean,
Hmm.
listen, a girlfriend of mine, a really good girlfriend of mine, no names mentioned, just sent me a shit ton of blood work that she had done. And I started researching it for her. And I'm like, okay, the reason your hands are numb is you have too much B6 and too much B12, which she does. And she's waiting for the doctor to tell her. And I went through all of it and started looking it up, Mayo Clinic, NIH, whatever I could find, papers, reputable,
Yeah,
because she knows I know. So again, the doctor at
that's
your
the
service.
magic of Andrea.
It's so true. Dr. Andrea is at your service. Truly. Okay, it's your turn.
Well, I gave my story.
I thought there was more to it besides just,
Well, I mean, it was really horrible being in the hospital. We kept kind of, thank God I had an advocate there because um just I didn't like know myself. What's it called? They had her come in and ask they had a psychiatrist come in and talk to me and I wasn't able to verbalize correctly and
when the psychiatrist was there, was
was
she?
my mom. Yeah, thank God she was in the room with me because the psychiatrist asked me if I wanted to kill myself and I said yes, not meaning yes. And my mom was like, "No, no, she doesn't mean yes. She does not mean that." And the psychiatrist said like, "No, I know she's just in pain. She doesn't like know what she's saying." But then why are you asking me these questions? It doesn't make any
And
sense.
not admit you.
Exactly. Then they don't even admit me. They have me there for hours. I was there all day. I've been so um screwed around with that I'm very nervous of not being with an advocate. And a lot of the places, when they admit you, then they make you leave, the advocate leave. And that's just very terrifying to me personally
Well,
after having experiences that I've had in the hospital.
after
So,
I will tell you that, and this is something you have to learn, but you have to just say, no, I'm demanding it. And you can't say no.
yeah, I mean, that's
I just
the
demand
issue is
it.
a lot of times they don't listen to me, you know?
Because you look like a kid. I know. I get why.
So it's like I don't really want to like I want to stay, but then I'm scared of staying. Even I
Right.
mean I would stay if they would like be decent about it, but a lot of the times they're not. And a
Because
lot
the
of times they
money is
don't even want
tough.
me to stay. They say that I need to speak to a specialist, which is months out, and it's not like we're not trying for them. They just like one of my specialists is in August. So what do you want me to do in the meantime? I have to
The
just use
sleep
what's
I'm telling
available.
you, I'm just going to tell you right now, the sleep study is going to change your life. The
I
ferritin
hope so.
infusion is going to make it so much. You might need a couple of iron infusions. This
Yeah.
We're going to have to test you after just to see how high your levels are. But for
Yeah.
anyone who has restless leg syndrome out there, for real, get your iron levels tested, get your ferritin tested, make sure it's over 75. If it's not, that's a problem.
Yeah.
It has to be 75, the base minimum. When I started with the restless leg, it was 26.
Yeah.
Took vitamins every day for 3 months, and it was 36. And that's when we discussed infusions. And that's when I had, and even the hematologist that I went to, he was like, "You don't need an infusion." And I looked at him and I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? No, I don't. And I think a lot of people would back down from a doctor that says that, but I am not afraid of anyone anymore.
Yeah.
And you can't be. You have to be able, if, and I've been alone almost all the time,
Yeah.
which is why I've become the way I am, because no one's there to be my advocate for me.
Yeah.
I don't have that luxury. And believe me, your mom is a luxury.
Oh, 100%. I'm very aware.
Oh, I know. We're gonna have her on. We're gonna have her on as caregiver. We're gonna do a caregiver thing. I know we talked about it, but she's working, so we can't talk to her right now. But we'll get her, and we're gonna get her. I promise.
Yes. Yeah,
And
she's very worthy of being on here because she's done like over and beyond.
yeah, above and beyond. I wish I could say that about my family, but I can't.
Yeah.
I definitely cannot. Oh, I have another story. We'll tell that next time. Remind me to tell you about the wheelchair at Saks Fifth Avenue story.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And we'll leave it there.
Yes.
Self-advocating is not easy, but you just have to be able to do it. And if you can bring somebody with you, that's great. But if you can't, there are apps you can record and you can ask the doctor if you can
Yes.
record just vocals, not video. There's all kinds of apps you can do it with if you're scared. And you because
Yeah.
I never remember anything at a big appointment like any normal person.
Yeah, when I was in one hospital, I recorded pretty much everything because I wasn't trusting them.
Well, it's not even that. For me, it's not that as much as it is. And I'm sorry that that is, that the mistrust is real, I know. And it's understandable. But I do it because I forget. They tell me big
Yeah.
things and I don't remember. And that's like most people I know.
Yeah.
So, and if I can be an advocate, if I can be help, I just helped a girlfriend go to a doctor recently and made me feel so happy that I'm not first of all, no, I'm not the person in the room that needs the help. And I can just be there and write stuff down and be supportive. And it was
Yeah.
a good feeling to be able to help.
Yeah.
So we're going to do caregivers. And
Yeah.
until then, I hope you feel,
Mwah.
I love you.
Love you too.
Will Ferret, forever.
Yes.
Forever. How we used to do that in school? I don't remember. Okay. Talk to you soon.
Yes, definitely.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.